My name is Patricia Marshall. I'm the Vice President of the Federal Liberal Association of Dorval, Lachine, and LaSalle. Tonight we're very fortunate to have some very special people with us. The Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan, Francis Garpal, I have a very hard time saying his name, I hope I apologize. He's from St. Louis. And we also have Faisal El Khoury from Laval. And we have our Honorable Member of Parliament, Anju Dhillon. I invite Anju to the stage and introduce our guest of honor.
Bonsoir, good evening to all our guests. I thank you all wholeheartedly for coming here tonight. Your support to the Liberal Party of Canada is deeply appreciated. We are very, very grateful to you. ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਹਾਰਦਿਕ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਇਸ ਇਵੈਂਟ 'ਚ ਆਏ ਆ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦਿਖਾਈ ਆ ਐਂਡ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਹਰਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੱਜਣ ਦੇ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਏ ਆ ਇੱਥੇ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਫॉर ਕਮਿੰਗ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ Mesdames et messieurs, vous qui êtes ici ce soir représentez la base de notre parti. Les lois qu'on passe, les règlements qu'on améliore, les politiques qu'on modernise, tout le progrès qu'on a apporté dans ces 2 dernières années n'aurait pas été possible sans votre soutien. Merci à vous. We are joined by the Member of Parliament for the riding of Laval-les-Îles, Mr. Faisal El Khoury. We are also joined by the Member of Parliament for Lac-St. Louis. He is also our national chair. We have also with us Maître François Lheureux, senior partner at Gowling's firm and a longtime friend of the Liberal Party. Dare I say he's existed since the times of Sir John A. Macdonald. Tonight is a very special occasion. We have among us a man who we not only admire and respect, but who we are extremely proud of. Our guest of honor is the Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan. Before I begin an introduction of whom the Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan is, I would like to mention that in a recent poll, he was found to be one of the top 3 ministers for our cabinet who is doing a great job for our country. He was elected as Member of Parliament from Vancouver South in British Columbia. The Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan has always served Canada. He has had a decorated career as a police officer and was a combat veteran in the Canadian Armed Forces. He served in the Vancouver Police Department for 11 years and was a detective in the Gang Crime Unit. He served in the Canadian military for over 23 years. In his dedication to serve Canada, Minister Sajjan joined the British Columbia Regiment of the Canadian Army in 1989 as a trooper. However, due to his very brave and incredible hard work, he arose to the position of Lieutenant Colonel. In September 2011, the Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan became the first Sikh to command any Canadian Army regiment. He commanded his own British Columbia Regiment. He operated in 4 operational deployments overseas. For his service to Canada, he was awarded many military honors by the Canadian government, including the Meritorious Service Medal in 2013 for reducing the Taliban's influence in the Kandahar province of Afghanistan. He also received the Order of Military Merit in 2014 for demonstrating dedication and devotion beyond the call of duty, as well as exceptional service. This order honors the men and women of the Canadian Forces for their commitment to Canada. The Order of Military Merit is the second highest order awarded by the Governor-General in Canada on behalf of the Canadian monarch. In 2012, the Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan was awarded the Meritorious Service Medal in recognition of his meritorious acts in bringing benefit and honor to the Canadian military. In a letter, Brigadier General David Fraser thanked the Chief of Police at the time, Jamie Graham, for lending him Detective Constable Sajjan, who was a reserve officer with the Canadian Armed Forces. I will cite only a few excerpts of this letter. Not only did Sajjan display a rare, high level of intellect and experience in his analysis, he also demonstrated remarkable personal courage, often working in the face of the enemy to collect data and confirm his suspicions, and placing himself almost daily in situations of grave personal risk. He was the best single Canadian intelligence asset in theater, and his hard work, personal bravery, and dogged determination undoubtedly saved a multitude of coalition lives. Through his courage and dedication, Major Sajjan has single-handedly changed the face of intelligence gathering and analysis in Afghanistan. I rate him as one of the best intelligence officers I have ever worked with. I have advised my chain of command that the Canadian Forces must capture his skill set and seek his advice on how to change our entire tactical intelligence training. The Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan's intelligence gathering and analytic skills soon attracted the attention of senior U.S. military and strategic advisors. The opinion letter of Brigadier General Fraser concerning the Taliban, local warlords, and Afghan opium trade was appended in a full major 2008 report on U.S. anti-narcotic strategies by Barnett Rubin, the senior advisor to the U.S. Special Representative for Afghanistan and Pakistan. In both 2006 and 2009, the Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan came under enemy fire, saw open combat, and coped with dead and wounded soldiers. In 2010, following the second deployment in 2009, U.S. Major General James Terry, commander of U.S. forces in Afghanistan's southern provinces, requested that the Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan join the United States Command Team for a third deployment where he served as a special assistant to Major General Terry. But let's not forget, and this is very special because the wearing of the beard was not compatible with gas masks. Let's not forget he invented and patented his own gas mask to be worn with the beard. No problem, he found a solution for that too. He developed his own version of the gas mask in order to keep his beard and remain in service. However, despite all these accomplishments and recognitions, our Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan does not worry about leaving a legacy. He simply stated in an interview over 2 years ago, when you serve, whether in combat or training, you want the person next to you to know you've got their back. At the end of the day, when I leave, if the troops out there said that I had their back, I'd leave with a smile on my face. As Canadians, we are very fortunate to have had such a valiant soldier fight for our country. In his present role, he has addressed issues of great importance to Canada's security and protection. In his official function, he has already made his mark. Earlier on this year, he launched the new Historical Defence Policy. It is a plan for the Canadian Forces for the next 20 years, setting the tone for our women and men in the forces. Who better to create such a defense policy than someone who was not only intelligent in his past role, valiant, but actually takes to heart the well-being of Canadian soldiers. 2 weeks ago, the Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan hosted the United Nations Peacekeeping Defense Ministerial in Vancouver, where over 80 countries were present and made a pledge towards advancing peacekeeping in the world. This is the first time ever Canada has hosted such a delegation. Out of this came the Vancouver Principles, the goals of which are to enhance protection of children, increase participation of women in peace operations, and provide the specialized capacities that the United Nations needs to deliver on their mandates. Pendant toute sa carrière, la profondeur de son expérience et de son leadership était de plus en plus reconnue et conséquemment, son rôle et ses responsabilités ont continué de prendre de plus en plus d'ampleur. We are so very proud of you. We are very, very proud of you. ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇਕਤਾਈਆਂ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅੱਛੇ ਕੰਮ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੀ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਨਰ ਕੀਤਾ, ਬਲਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਆ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਨਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਬਹੁਤ. Everybody wants to stand. I won't interrupt that. ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹਾਰਦਿਕ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਂਡ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਅੱਜ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰੋਗੇ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਖੁੱਲੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਨਾਲ ਆਏ ਆ. ਵੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ. ਪਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਪੋਰਟਰ ਆ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ. ਅੱਜ ਇੰਨੀ ਐਕਸਾਈਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਏ ਐਂਡ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ ਫॉर ਕਮਿੰਗ ਟੁਨਾਈਟ. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ. Not only do we welcome you to the stage, Honorable Harjit Singh Sajjan, we celebrate you, we celebrate your life, we celebrate your accomplishments. Thank you. Please join us. You deserve it.
Thank you so much. Bonjour, hello, sat sri akal, Vaiguru ji Khalsa, Vaiguru ji ki Fateh. I met Anju in the Montreal Convention with your dad. And where's Anju's dad? Oh, there you are. And he's just beaming with pride. And he said, my daughter is going to be running, right? And I didn't know much about Anju. And I've gotten to know her. And I had no idea you were the first Punjabi woman to be accepted in the bar here. Huh? Yeah, and this is, we're doing a lot of first. मैं थोड़ा पंजाबी बोलूँगा ना फिर English. Unfortunately, not like Anju, I can't speak French. Okay, so I'm working on that. But Anju, the level of detail you went into. I'm a detective. I've never was an intelligence officer, by the way. Because I was a detective, I could do that work. My God, you did more digging, okay? Are you sure you weren't in the police as well? Okay, you gotta... Okay. But first of all, I just want to say what a privilege it is to stand here humbly before you. And I'm going to get into that for a second. Because, you see, one thing we know as a community, right? We support one another. We work together. And you can't accomplish things alone. You can't, not as an individual, you need a family. And sometimes families need communities. And that's what we have. And for me, not only have Anju, I've Francis and I also have Faisal as well. We work together as a team. It's not about cabinet. It's about being members of parliament. Our Prime Minister gave us that task. Empowered us as members of parliament and said, and what he said, he goes, I don't want Ottawa's voice back in your ridings, in your communities, because I want your communities and ridings voice in Ottawa. And we get to do this every single day. And every Wednesday when we sit down, the Prime Minister sits there and listens to every concern. And every cabinet minister is also sitting there, making sure if there's an issue, it can be addressed immediately. Because your voice matters. We need to make that change. Anju talked about what I did, but I only did it out of necessity to serve. And Anju knows the word before my other colleagues there, serve. Our community understands this very well. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ, service is seva. Seva, whether it's through the Gurdwara, to the community, across Canada, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, because ਤੁਸੀਂ continuously demonstrate ਕਰਦੇ, because ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ responsibility ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ. Now it doesn't matter ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਪਣਾ bond ਹੈਗਾ as being a Sikh. What matters is your actions in life. What are you doing to serve? And ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਸੀਗੀ, my parents also gave me that upbringing. Sometimes it was hard. But we have an identity of seva. When somebody looks at us, they look at us and they say, I know I can count on you. So people think that I had different careers. I really didn't. I wanted to serve. I wanted to do seva. I wanted to make a difference. And so I had an opportunity to join the military. And at that time, things weren't as good. But I remember my dad, and this is what reason I want to mention this, because you have some of our elders in the room, parents, and then the young kids also here. I could have easily just gone in and said, forget it, I'm leaving the military after a week. Things were pretty rough. But my father said one thing. He goes, Harjit, you can come home. It's okay. But do realize one thing. ਜੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਨ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ, ਹੋਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ Sikh or ਹੋਰ any other minority ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਓਗੇ will be labeled as a failure if you come home now. I know you clap, but I looked at it as, oh my God, I can't believe my father's telling me this, right? But he was giving me those tough lessons. Because sometimes seva, it takes hardship. And I'm not talking about my hardship, I'm talking about your hardship. Here I was sitting there thinking how hard it is. Then you think back. Regardless of what community that you're from, everybody came to Canada at one point, whether it's 10 years ago, 100 years ago, or even beyond that. It's only the First Nations in our communities that can really say they were here. This is their home. The rest of us came here. And everybody who came had a challenge, regardless of your community. And I was talking with the Ukrainian community, they too had those same challenges. But they wanted to make a difference. They wanted to look after their families. And they did. So I look back at that time and I said, your struggles, how could I complain at that time? So it really changed my mentality of things, of what it needs to be done. So I got the ability to serve in the military and things changed. I had mentors. It wasn't always easy, but as we progressed, things have gotten better. The Komagata Maru that was pushed away by the British Columbia Regiment, 100 years later, I commanded that regiment, and I didn't even realize until I took command that 100 years later that happened. And every community has a story. But the values that my parents instilled into me are the same values that you see in this room, of wanting to make a difference. So let's fast forward a bit. Why did I get into politics? I think, and it's the same reason why all of you, my colleagues, are sitting here. I want to do seva. At the end of the day, we call it seva. You call it something else. It's to serve. But ਅਸੀਂ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ. We can't do anything alone. We need a team. We need experience that you have at this table. But you need a leader as well. A leader that's going to let you do the work. Is going to listen. And is going to let you have the influence to make a difference. And that's Justin Trudeau. When he put together a team, I asked him, I said, if we say yes, if we get elected, are you going to let us work? Are you going to listen to us? And he says yes. And when I was talking to him, he spoke with the same passion of seva. So it doesn't matter, and as we know in our community, you don't have to be a Sikh to have Sikh values. And what are Sikh values? Is human values. And our community has done seva continuously. We have fought elections. We have fought leaderships. But how many times have we gone and done this and then found out that your viewpoints are not reaching the top? You're not having that influence that you need. Just imagine now with Justin Trudeau how quickly that has changed. There are many that have come before, but look at the responsibility that is bestowed on our community. Look at Anju, look at ourselves. And I'm just one, Navdeep, Pradesh, Amrajit Sohi. And as members of parliament, the influence that we have. So no one person, galla nahi kuch kar sakda, not even a leader, as good as Justin Trudeau is. But you need to build a team. Once you build that team, you have to have a vision of bringing people together. When you need to stand up for those values and say, no, I'm going to stand together. And look what we've been able to accomplish within 2 years. Look how we travel the world. The Dastar was sometimes looked upon as a negative thing. We can go internationally and look what it's done. Just this one decision of giving up this responsibility. And sanu pata haiga, Sade Guru Nanak Dev Ji ne sanu full equality ditti sigi to everyone, including women. But dekho, इसी कदी देखी है any somebody who believes in it to give 50% women into cabinet, right? You have to demonstrate that values, and that's what we have here. So to all of us who are here today, this is not me. People think you're coming here to get a picture with me. Please, I'm a product of you. Jehde tusi anna kam kita haiga. How could we not succeed? So my point is, sanu jine mentor kita siga, sanu tusi jine qurbaniyan ne kitiyan sade vaste. We're here now. When it's our turn to make sure jehdi hun sanu is mauka devo seva karan lai, to making sure that we look at the next generation. Can we open up for them so they don't have to deal with the same issues that you have dealt with? And every single one of you, thanu pata haiga, have dealt with issues. So I can assure you, jehda hun tusi baahar dekhde ha, it takes effort. And Justin Trudeau, if you look at it internationally, we are holding the country not only as a beacon to the rest of the world, we're demonstrating it. But ਅਸੀਂ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ. We need your support. ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ 4 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ. ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. ਸੋ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, guarantee ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ. Hands down, regardless of what issue, regardless ਜਿੰਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ politically attack on them. And I knew this. Somebody told me a while ago, Harjit, why do you want to get into politics? Dekho tadi reputation kitni hai, you got medals, you go to all these events, and you get to do all these things, and look at that, what you have. And I said, Mike, events, utte jaake, gala dinners jaake, thapiyan laake. I said, what use is that? Je main apna hon, je tusi mainu inna mauka ditta hai the, what use is this? Jehdi meri reputation, if main hon, I don't give back. So I know there's going to be difficulty. But I also know that community karke, I have all of you to look after me. Because jehdi seva hagi hai, it goes both ways. Thadi de si seva karunge, but thadi se to jehdi thadi support to bagair, we can't be here. So that's why it's so important for me to be here, across the country. मैं तो नहीं पहला चाहता था कि मैं तो अपना काम करना चाहता था. I didn't realize, the decision that the Prime Minister had made as as the portfolio that was been given to me, that kinna internationally farak penda haiga. But it's a responsibility now. My kids, they're in Vancouver. Maybe 2 hafte baad ਅਸੀਂ ਮਿਲਦੇ. My daughter's 9. My Arjun is ਉਹ ਹੈਗਾ 6 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ. And sometimes they cry. My daughter goes to me a year and a half ago, Daddy, I hope you don't get re-elected. But she's going to be raised as a Canadian. She's going to be raised as a Sikh. She knows the meaning of seva. I know she's proud of me, right? But now when I look at the kids, I said, ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੌਕਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, I have to give it back. We have to make a difference. So just remember just one thing. You think you're here for me. I'm here for you. Because to tell every single one of you that ਤੁਹਾਡੀ support ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, for many different ways. And I know that ਤੁਸੀਂ this group ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ community different ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. We have an opportunity right now like we've never had before in our history in Canada. But it's only because of you are going to decide how long we are going to do this seva. So ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ responsibility ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. I'm telling you, guaranteed ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ. But I'm telling you, you decide how long we're going to be here to serve all of you. And I can guarantee you every single one of us here are going to do seva like you wouldn't believe, because this is an opportunity. Because when we have kids like this, we have to set up the future for the generation, just like Anju's dad and my parents and all of you had made an opportunity for us. So thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. It's a real privilege for me to be here.
That was a great speech. Thank you. So hello again. This concludes the speeches for the evening. And before we move along, I wanted to tell you that you're going to get a ticket to get out of the parking lot, so you don't have to pay for parking. So try to get that before you leave. And now make your way to the buffet and enjoy yourselves the rest of the evening. Thank you.
So actually, ਤਿੰਨ ਟੇਬਲ ਐਟ ਅ ਟਾਈਮ ਜਾਓ. ਸੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਟੇਬਲ 1, 2 and 3 ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ. ਦੈਨ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੌਰੀ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ 1 by 1, ਬਟ ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਰਸ਼ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਆ ਅਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਖਾਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਣਾ. ਅਤੇ ਬੈਸਟ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰ ਲਈਏ. ਸੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੋਆਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ.
GKB Media, over 12 years of experience in wedding photography and wedding movies. We are specialized in weddings, engagements, birthdays, sweet 16s, anniversaries, live stage recording, corporate events, TV commercials, ads and much more. For more information, please call Nirmal at 514-726-2474 or email info@gkbmedia.com, or please check our website www.gkbmedia.com. GKB Guru Ka Bal.